Here we go. Welcome, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show. You know, life is all about the hurdles that you overcome and what you do to get through those. And proving people that are telling you can't do something, you prove them wrong, and you go and do it anyway. We've got a great story here. Stay tuned. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Welcome, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, a.k.a. the Cardinal Cowboy. We carry the hat. We'll put this on at some point. But, man, what a great story. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the first interview we had with Mike and Tanya, they do wonderful work. And Mike has been through a hurdle, much like my own, overcoming a coma. And what the doctors and experts said he wasn't going to be able to accomplish, and he's proved them all wrong. Did it anyway. You're looking for an inspirational story. It's a great one. And now he's a very successful business owner and a construction leader in the community, building and helping build our community too. So with that, let's dive in here. And I like to always talk about it because everybody, as a consumer, everyone's afraid of what's the biggest mistake, I like to ask, that the average homeowner makes when they're deciding on a new construction for their home or a remodeling of their home.
The biggest mistake they make is not contacting more than one contractor. They need to get several quotes from several different people to see where their prices vary, and definitely look over those quotes and make sure they get the scope of work that they need done, and not instead of whatever the contractor wants to do.
Yeah, how often is somebody's just going to throw that bid out there and see if they'll bite, right? And they say, oh, they got them for, do you advise the same thing, Tanya? You've seen people come crying back later and say, hey, we got a bad bid here, we need somebody to fix this, and you help people then?
Oh yes, when I did property management, that was the go-to rule that I was taught, was 3 bids, and so I kind of pushed that on him. Like, tell people someone posts something like, hey, I need this fixed. I'm like, tell them to get more than 1 bid, because it'll help them out in the long run.
Yeah, because like we said, so many people, they'll throw that bid out there, and if you're not getting at least a second opinion, somebody might have seen something different than the other contractors saw.
Keeps me honest as well, That does.
Yeah. Keeping everybody honest and get the numbers put out there. Maybe they come back and say, hey, these guys gave us that bid. Did you notice this? And then, oh, wow, yes. It's better to have one set of eyes on anything. Very good point there. So write that one down, everybody. Get at least 3, at least 2, but likely 3, you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
At least 3.
At least 3. Residential and commercial and industrial. You do a little bit of everything. Tell me about each and what you like about them.
Residential's definitely more fine-tuned. You definitely have to be on point with the details in residential. Commercial is kind of my area. I like the massive amounts of production, and I like to see those numbers and see how many squares of roof I can put on. And then industrial's basically the same thing as commercial, really.
Okay. Yeah, but between the two, you enjoy doing both. I guess one's a little more personal. You're working on somebody's home.
Right.
But
Yep.
big corporations, they need construction too. And so, do you handle them pretty much the same, or what are the differences between them?
Mostly I've been in residential lately, and it's very much the aesthetics of everything. You got to make everything look really nice, and you got to make everything fit just right. Where commercial is just, like I said, tons and tons of production.
Tons and tons of production. You've helped Mike through these projects. Vice President of Operations there, Tanya. What do you see the difference between those two, and what do you like about each?
Oh, he's definitely utilized me for the residential, because I'll come back behind and be like, fix that. But
right, another set of eyes there.
She's got a good set of eyes for the little details, and where I just like to put down tons of flooring at once, and then she'll see the little mistakes and go back and fix them.
Minor details. Just make sure you get them right. That's all the people care about.
She sees what the homeowners would see, so.
Gotcha. Makes sense. What do you like? You're based out of Festus and DeSoto. What do you like about the area you serve? But you're serving all of St. Louis County, St. Louis and Jefferson County. All kinds of good construction out there. What do you like about the area that you serve and the people you work with?
I like the St. Louis area a lot because it has a very high variety of buildings and different styles, and everything from in the roofing, say, you'll see every type of roofing material on all the buildings in the area. Where, you know, in some places you go, there's just these stick homes that are just built on top of each other, and they all look the same.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you get a little more variance out there. Is that especially in Jefferson County, a little bit of South County too, or what do you
Uh,
like about those?
yeah, Jefferson County's a lot of the same kind of stick homes, things like that. Where in the city, I've even got a chance to look at some historic buildings,
Okay.
which are really neat.
I guess that's
So,
what you were saying. Okay. Yeah. So it is in the city that you get to see those more often. The
right,
county's
right.
got more of the cookie cutter homes, I guess. A lot of
Yeah,
times. I
yeah.
got you. Yeah, that makes sense. And but you can kind of customize. You'll help anybody take their cookie cutter home, if you will, and customize guys and give them something unique.
True, true. A lot of people don't really go for that though. But, you know, if they do, then
Well, I
I'm
mean,
definitely
you're
the company
remodeling.
to call.
You're making their home different than anybody else for any job that you do. I would say.
Right, right. Yeah, I have my own metal brake. I try and do as much of my own custom metal pieces as I can. The little details that I can that are different from anybody else.
There you go. Lots of happy customers you've seen here, Tanya.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's what we're looking for. People that are making that difference. And St. Louis is a dynamic city. There's a lot that goes into all, a metro area here that's 3.3 plus million people and lots of homes. And you want to get some custom work done, you want to have it done by a reputable contractor who's been in the industry for many years to make sure that this is all done correctly. Tell me a time, as many years as you've got in this space, where you had a customer who you could tell they were in a tough situation. And you had to kind of pull them out of the fire. A little bit of what was going on there.
Not that long ago, there was a elderly lady that had just lost her significant other, partner of 50 plus years of marriage, and I was able to go out there and find a leak on her metal roof, and she wouldn't let me do it for free, and so I just accepted gas money to go out there. So.
Oh wow! But yeah, somebody who was in a tough situation. You said that's all right. It'll come back. Do you feel like you were rewarded for that later, maybe indirectly, but at least made you feel good about what you were doing?
Oh, absolutely. She actually gave me a referral, which turned into a much bigger job later on. So.
There you go. So that the referral business, if you're doing well, taking care of people.
Yep.
We just had somebody that was referred to us, came in just before you, and yeah, they just see what you're doing. They know your reputation and the expertise you bring to the table, and it makes it very easy for them to make a decision.
Very much so.
Tanya, you're seeing the results here. There's a lot of people that are referring business to you guys. You're working with these customers. You've seen many happy faces.
Oh yeah, it's just on the way here. He got a phone call from a referral for I think it was a roof. I don't. Was it
Yeah, another roofing job from. Worked with a place in DeSoto that's called Cherished Memories. I did a big flat roof repair for them, and they referred me to another customer, which called me on the way up here.
There you have it. St. Louis, man. If you're connected, you're connected. That's just the way to do it. My friends, my mom, and people said to me, "Boy, you sure put yourself out there, Carter." I'm like, "Well, Mom, you were always going to bust me no matter what, so I've had to walk that line anyway." But if you walk that line, keep it honest, integrity, good quality, the word will spread. And St. Louis is a good community that'll help refer business like that. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think St. Louis has a really good community, and I've definitely gotten a lot of referrals in that area, especially after the tornado last year. There was a lot of investors that we get that talk to each other a lot, and I've gotten a lot of investors that have been calling me with referrals. Out of town investors, too.
There you go. Once the word spreads and you've got that reputation, boy, you can really count on it. Tanya, you've seen this coming in. You're helping to manage all of this with Mike. Is that true?
Yes, he even had an Australian come contact him to do some work.
Now, were they going to go down to Australia for that work, or was it
No,
St. Louis?
it's St. Louis.
St. Louis based, yeah.
Yep.
But people coming in, so people in Australia have found out about the good work that's done here in St. Louis, and the housing market and the value you bring here. But is it pretty exciting for you? And once you've completed the job, you're like, wow, we just likely increased the value of that house 10, 20, 30%, depending on what you're working on.
Oh, easily. Yeah. You could definitely see the values go up and what the projects that we do, especially from the investment side. There's different things you could do like kitchens. The roof definitely helps out a lot. Any exterior is going to make the value go up quite a bit.
Yeah, well, there's a lot that goes into any business and its success, but obviously you guys have put in the time and energy to do that and to make it through. With that, you can't have a business. We're going through some changes here with our production of our shows and all the adjustments that have to be made there. But what kind of hurdles have you had to overcome as a business owner or in your professional career? As if the coma prepares you for anything at that point. If you can overcome a coma, you can accomplish anything. But any hurdles that you were like, I got this no matter what?
The major one is hiring, finding decent help. I mean, I just have been put through the ringer with that, but finally I'm getting a decent little crew that I've got going, and hopefully continue hiring the right people.
Tanya, you've seen this in action. You get to know the guys a little bit. It's been a work in progress, but now you've got a real effective crew that's doing a good job.
Yeah, once they're established and stuff, because they end up coming over, get the job trailer or tools from the house. So, you start to kind of meet them and, get to know them and everything.
And you've seen some of the work that they've put together, and it's been very satisfactory for everybody involved.
Oh yes, the crew has now. They're doing everything at pace or sooner and getting everything done, and it looks really good.
How long did it take you to get to that crew put together, you think?
Oh, it's been since I started the business. It's been at least the last year. The last year has been quite a bit of a struggle, just going from me carrying around a ladder myself or her helping me out to hiring guys finally, and it's been a struggle.
And with perseverance, I guess you said the one thing that you bring to the table is persist, never give up. That's gotten you through that. How many times did you think, man, this is a lot to deal with, but you pulled through anyway?
There's been a couple of times I thought that I was going to fold and just, questioning whether it was worth it. But in the end, it really is. I enjoy what I do a lot.
You've seen the results here also, sticking through it and making it happen, Tanya. You've been able there to support him a little bit, obviously.
Yes, there's been a couple times where I'm like, you just need to kind of take a break, and I'm like, I'll take over things for right now and just, regroup, and then he regroups and he's stronger than what he was.
Yeah, take a little break. You'll handle for him and get through these tough, difficult times. But I think we talked about it. As long as you persist, the only way you fail is if you give up. Mm-hmm. And none of us are really looking for excuses and reasons to not make it. We're going to figure out how to do it. And once you've been through, we're coma brothers now, but you've been through a coma. I've got a few friends. I work with kids at hospitals and kids that have been through comas. And as long as you can tell, as long as mentally they got their head together, mm-hmm. It's a lot of trauma. Sometimes there's brain damage done and a lot of psychological stuff going on there. But now we're here, and God has a plan for us. We're going to continue to help other people.
Yeah, I had PTSD pretty bad for a little while from my fall, so I definitely had to work through some traumas there, but it came out all right. I guess it's still in there somewhere. I got a few little brain cells. Still
yeah,
working.
I can imagine if you've fallen off a roof 38 feet in the air, the next time you're thinking about, maybe I should do this again. I don't know, but you've been up there and come through.
Yep, I went skydiving 5 months after I fell.
There you go. Somebody says, I'm going to push it to the limit. We can make this overcome any mental struggle you have there with it. It's something you think might be a challenge for you. Well, exciting stuff. With that, we got our buddy Nino we're going to talk to. We see him out in the community all the time at the Cardinal games, and then a little bit about why we do this again and some other excitement. And then how the show platform we have here, we're reaching out for business owners to come and join us on the show. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, guess what? We get to have fun all the time at the Cardinal games. Before the game, we get to hang out with fun super fans. Say hello to my buddy Nino over here, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie. That's right. Everybody's in the video here. Family coming out to the game. Nino, what do you love about going to Cardinal games?
You love baseball?
Yeah. He loves baseball. Hey, all right. Scoring points with the Cardinal Cowboy.
Yeah, he plays Miracle League baseball.
Do you really?
And he likes to be on the Cardinals team at home.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know how many times have you been on that team? How many times have you done that?
A lot.
A lot.
That's a good answer. All right. Dad, what's it like coming to the Cardinal games with your son and your wife and all the fun you get to have down here?
Oh, it's the most fun. I mean, we've been coming since Old Bush. Now we've got New Bush Stadium. It's the best baseball town, and it's the most fun. It's fun before the game. The games are always great, and we love it.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking time here. We're at Patios, everybody. This is where the most fun is. I get to wear the full outfit here. I got the pants, the socks, the arch, Nino, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie all here, and we're outside patios having fun. Hey, say hi to patios. Stop on by here before a Cardinal game, and we'll see you guys soon. Nino, give me some knuckles. There we go. Go Cardinals. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goal, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. So we're hearing all the time now why people need to be on our show, and it's pretty obvious. These days, the stats are proven. If you're going to get people's attention, you've got to get them with video. Google loves video. YouTube, obviously, is where you put your videos, and it's just a no-brainer. The problem is, until we kind of put together this whole format, there's no other way to get this kind of quality for the cost we put together. Because I'm a computer nerd, because I figured out how to automate, systematize, we've systematized this. Mom and Dad made me go to computer classes just in case the professional baseball career didn't work out. And so we started off doing 1 show, then 2 shows, then 3 shows, and then we had to jump to 5 shows a week just to fill the demand, because here you get a professional video that looks dynamite, that'll let your business really showcase what they do, and you don't have to spend $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to do it. So if you'd like to be on the show, get a hold of us and understand these stats. When you're on a show like this, when you put this on your website, you're going to decrease your bounce rate by 34%. You're going to increase your close rate, your conversion rate, by up to 80%. We have clients tell us they get 25% more closed deals because of the show. They track this. They can speak to that. And you're going to just get an overall boom for your business. You've got to do video. If you don't do it through us, do it somewhere. Do it yourself. Do it, but do it professionally. Don't make your business look worse. Make your business look better. This video can be used for up to 7 years. We have clients, we did an interview with them 2020. It's 2026. They have made over $360,000 by using our video. They came back to do it again. So get a hold of us. Jump on here. Go to bigleagues.com. That's BIGG leagues.com. Or call us or text us right there, the phone number you see there. And we look forward to having you on our show. Stay tuned. Giddy up. So there you have it, everybody, and what we partake in the community. Lots of fun. And we wrote a little book here called Magnetize Your Media. Yours truly wrote the introduction here. Or the foreword. They said, Cardi, since you wrote the introduction, it said 800 words. I wrote 1,500. #1 seller on Amazon. But if you want to understand how media affects your business and the way you get your word out there, they said, Carter, nobody has learned how to leverage the free means to get out there, and sometimes what the stuff you pay for and what you pay for and why you pay for it. But with that, how is technology, social media? You've got a ton of pictures of your work out there. We might go over some of that. We've got a lot of them on your website. But how is just the fact that now, 26 years ago, 25 years ago, you didn't have to worry about websites so much or social media at all. but by now people, they communicate that way. They find out about your business that way.
That's pretty much how I've gotten 99% of my business is from community groups on Facebook and everything. I'm a part of all the investment groups, real estate groups, and I promote on there, and then, I get a lot of calls from there.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So it's something that literally, like, the word spreads through and does it faster now through social media. People say, "So Carter, I get all my work from word of mouth." I'm like, well, you better have a website and you better have some social media presence, because they're going to start talking to the other people in the community. If you don't have a website, then they think you're not in business. But Tanya, you've seen this. You've had to work to make sure that the word gets out there, and you know how to be part of those communities. You just recently became an elected official. Is that true?
Yes, the Valley Township Committee woman.
Okay.
Yeah, I get sworn in today, and then with real estate, I mean, getting leads and everything, and communication, it's about the same. But anytime, like I said, I see a post of someone needing some kind of work done to their house that falls under a category he does, I respond to it, send them a private message. I think those go a long way than just a generic message on their feed.
Yeah, how often we see those posts, but we get a direct communication. But any form of communication, social media has emerged. And I used to say, why doesn't anybody put anything on? Do people buy likes? Well, how many likes you got? I had a video the other day, just recently went off, and over 1 million views. And because you can see the trend, it's just kind of going along like a lot of my videos, and they'll get 5 or 10 or 20 or 50,000. And then this one also just went up and went crazy. And baseball related fun stuff. But yeah, these days, man, be careful what you put out there, because it might bring in a lot of business, which is fine. You can handle that. But you've got to have something out there else so they don't think you're serious, right?
Yep.
So often the case. What is one of the biggest mistakes that you see that the other big companies make that you can address, that you don't allow your customers to make? And it's a matter of, I think you talked about it, but communication is really essential.
Just the personal touch. I mean, for them to have any personal touch at all, or you can't get a hold of anybody within their company, or they put you through to somebody else that puts you through to somebody else, that it's they pass the problem just like they pass you around.
Well, Missouri, it was our President Truman said, the buck stops here, right? So you're saying the buck stops with you.
Yep.
And Tanya's there to help make sure that the communication gets through, but you guys will make sure and get somebody an answer quickly. You said often you've seen, Tanya, you said he gets an answer back to people within an hour.
Yeah, like I said, if he answers every phone call unless he's busy, but then if he's busy, he returns the phone calls as soon as he's free.
Yeah, well, that's important, because how often is it the case that somebody has a question, they want to make a modification, they've got to worry about the materials, they're making an upgrade, making a change, they want to remove something, and if they don't get the answer in time, and they started the construction on it. I'm lucky I did a walkthrough of my first house I got built, and they were building, one closet was cut in half, and they made closets on separate sides. If I hadn't walked in there to see that at the time, and then they were going to reduce my closets down to these little, but that's fine, but I wanted a walk-in closet. That was part of my excitement for my little house I had a walk-in closet and a 3-car garage, 1,300 square feet. So those are some of the things you can do, and making sure that you're on top of it to keep them on the ball, and the communication is the key to that. What's the biggest question that people have though for you when they're about to get started? Is it always price? You said it's also very often how soon can they get it done? Can you get it done?
Most of the time it's your schedule. Price is usually the second question, and then because a lot of people have been burned by so many other contractors, it's, are you going to show up?
Yeah.
And yes I am.
That's a proven fact, and given the work that's done there, and the longevity you have, and stick-to-itiveness, and going through big hurdles in life, you're going to come through no matter what. You've seen Mike stick it through some tough situations and pull through and get projects done. You've helped him with that.
Yes, I have. Since I did real estate, I've kind of been more focused on that. But at the beginning, I was right there in the Charger, going to job, helping them out and getting everything started.
Yeah, well, it's great to have a team, and especially if you happen to be married to her, then the work can be. There's time we got to say we're taking a break from work, even though we're living together, et cetera. But able to communicate and help look out for your husband and make sure. And it's nice to have somebody on your side that can always make sure these jobs get done.
We do need a vacation, don't we?
They're talking. There we go. And everybody is due for a little vacation at some point. You guys are obviously doing a lot of great work. in the community to make sure that you do also then earn a little time to do what you do. When it boils down to it, though, ultimately, what gives you the most satisfaction? I'm going to start off with you, Tanya. Tell me what you get as your role and the satisfaction you get from helping make this all come together.
I don't know. My most satisfaction, whenever he gets kind of aggravated at, going to like a next step and then working through it and then getting to that next step, I like seeing him accomplish that.
There you go. Yeah, there's many steps involved with this, but starting from when somebody puts in their order, says, "Here's what I want," and then putting together the plans and order the materials and get everything together and working with the crew. Mike, this is a lot of work you've got to do here, but you've come through. What gives you the most satisfaction about what you're doing?
Finally, just seeing what we've accomplished and what me and the crew have done together. At first, you get to a job, you're like, "How are we going to do this?" Halfway through, you're like, "We're never going to get this done." And then finally it all comes together and you're like, "Wow, look what we just did."
There you have it. Yes, and so sticking through to make sure to accomplish, so you can say, "Look what we just did." How cool is that? Because the job's not done until the job's done. With that, I want to pull up on the wall here. We've got a lot of great looking work you guys have put together, and we'll just kind of select some of the projects you've worked on here. So I'll put this up on our far wall up here and make that come up on the screen there. But there we go. But I'll zoom out here. But here's a bathroom you helped to remodel, something that took a little extra work to get done. But is that a finished project there, or is that?
Yeah, did a good flooring job. We did the trim. We did all the painting. I mean, this was a very, very rundown building in North St. Louis.
They had the ceiling falling down.
Yeah,
Wow.
and we actually pulled this whole place back together. I mean, it was all falling apart. So
Wow. Okay. There we go. And some other ceilings there. This is a place where you worked on the ceiling, older home here, but the ceiling was coming down. You said.
oh, the whole ceiling was falling in.
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
So yeah, we did the carpet, we did that hardwood, or we did that laminate flooring there.
Okay.
Did all the painting.
There it is.
Oh yeah,
There's a
that
nice
was,
rail.
the whole front of the deck was falling apart, and I was able to put it back together and do a nice metal or flashing trim on it.
A nice floor you've got here. This floor's got a lot of work. Your
Floor
son's
is
helping
beautiful.
there, isn't he?
Yep, in the orange
Yeah.
mason.
We could go on and on. I've got so many pictures. I'm going to try to go through these as quickly as I can with some unique roofing work done. There you are. Some more flooring, some more roofing. The one I wanted to show was you've done a lot of great work with siding. That one there, as we finish up here.
54 squares. That was a big job.
Okay. A lot of work done to put that place together. But you can see that vinyl looks great on the outside. You got your on-site with your tools there and making it happen. As we finish up here, just about 10 seconds left. You mentioned you do some community work, and that's cutting lawns for people in the community. Tell me about real quick.
Absolutely. Yep. We like to help out and make sure that we help the elderly out. And we've done quite a few community service projects in our local area.
There you have it, everybody. You're watching the Your Little Castle show. Giddy up.